Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film a look using as many Charlotte Tilbury products as I can manage. I'm pretty sure I have everything for a full face, probably not eyebrows. I have done a review of a mascaras before, so I probably won't use a mascara. I actually don't think I've even got one in the studio. I have a bag of her products. A lot of stuff I have in my kit already. Some products have been gifted to me and some of them I've purchased just myself recently. Charlotte Tilbury is an expensive brand, but I do think with makeup you get what you pay for. There are some amazing products on the high street that you can get that rival a lot of the expensive brands, but they're definitely few and far between. So barring eyebrows and mascara, I think I should have everything else. So I've already applied some of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This stuff really is incredible. I use it in my kit on my clients, and it just really helps to plump the skin and make it feel super hydrated, soft, and just ready for makeup. Now, as you know, I have oily skin. I do try and use products that aren't necessarily for my skin type so that you guys can decide whether you want them. To start with, I'm gonna go with a small amount of Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash, and it gives you a lit from within luminosity, so it goes underneath your foundation and you can wear it alone. This has like a gold tone to it, and I'm just gonna put this on the high points of the face. I don't really want to apply it through the T-section again because I'm oily, so just on the high points. Okay, so at this stage you can apply the Hollywood Flawless filter if you want that really dewy, glowy look to your skin. Again, probably more advised and suitable to somebody that isn't oily or doesn't have textured skin. This comes with a doe foot applicator, and you can apply it to your bare skin before foundation, or you can apply it over the top of your foundation. It does say to give more coverage. I haven't actually used it yet, so I am intrigued as to what it's going to be like. It is slightly thicker than a highlighter. It's super glowy. I have shades 1 and 4. I might apply some first before my foundation, and then we'll probably apply a little bit over the top just to see what it's like. I like with liquids and creams to apply with my fingers. The warmth from your skin just kind of helps to melt the product into the face. You can just see that this beautiful glow really catches the light. I don't know why I'm holding my head. These foundations I've pulled out of my kit. I actually purchased these myself. I'm mostly going to be 4 because I'm pale at the moment, but I am going to mix in a tiny bit of 7 because 4 is a little bit on the pale side. You could mix your Flawless filter with a little bit of your foundation. So I applied my Magic Foundation onto my palette, and I'm just using my fingers to work that into the skin. So this is really lightweight. Whenever I apply it to people, they always say they feel like they're not wearing anything, but they've got the coverage, which is lovely. It definitely covers your blemishes. I find the best way to work this onto the skin without it kind of almost enhancing your pores is to pat over the top like this, and it will give you more of a flawless finish. I think there's about 20 shades available in this foundation, and you do find a little of this goes a long way, especially if you work it in with your fingers. Not everyone likes to take foundation over their eyelid. I prefer to neutralise it if I can with the foundation or a concealer. So that's just one coat using my fingers. It doesn't look too matte, it's not shiny, and it's not super dewy. So before my foundation kind of sets in place, I'm going to use the contour wand. The reason I want to use this beforehand is because this is also kind of creamy, and having had a play with it, you kind of need to blend it in quite quickly. So what I like about this is that it's got a little twist. It's a squeezy tube. You're going to be able to get all of the product out, which is great. You just give it a little twist and a tiny little squeeze just to put a tiny amount of product onto there, and then we're going to put this down the sides of the face. We could just work for a small amount on one side at a time. I understand this can be quite daunting when you first try it, but it's really nice and it blends so well. I think as long as you work with it quite quickly and work it into your foundation, it gives you a really nice finish. When I put it on both sides the other day and only blended one side in and then worked my way to the other side, I found then that it was harder to blend the line. And then you can also go in and pat that in with your finger just to make sure it's well blended. I'm going to apply a light amount around the hairline. This adds warmth to the skin, creates a bit of dimension. It just makes that area look like it sinks backwards like it naturally does. Foundation tends to blank out all those shadows that are naturally in the skin. Make sure you work it into your hairline. I'm now going in with a small amount of the Hollywood Flawless filter. I'm going to put that onto my hand first and work from there. So there's only a small amount on the brush, and then I'm going to dust this just onto the high points of the face. and we'll do all the concealing last. And again, this has been designed so you can use it all over if you want a really dewy glow. Taking it up onto the brow bone as well. Small amount on the top of the bridge of the nose, and then a little bit here on the nose as well. For the eyes, I'm going to use the new Pillow Talk Luxury palette. If you follow me on Instagram or my makeup blog, you'd have already seen swatches of these. Kind of like an everyday palette, and then you can just kind of amp it up with a brown pencil if you want it to be a little bit more smoky. So this is the palette up close. It's a really pretty palette. I'm going to take the first shade, which is a warm peachy tone. It's slightly frosted, and we're going to take this all over the mobile lid. And you want to use a brush that's got tightly packed bristles so you don't lose all that pigment within the bristles. This one is a flat shader brush, and I find it's just the best way to apply these type of shadows to the lid. Next I'm going into the warm coral shade. This one is also frosted, it's a little bit more chunky, so I find the best way to apply this one is with your finger. Now I'm going into one of the matte finishes. This is the lightest of the two. In the palette it looks more like a dusty rose, but it actually goes on more like a warm coral. I'm using a soft fluffy blending brush to work this on the outer V shape and then pulling what's left on the bristles through the socket. It's a very subtle colour and it just warms up that area. If you've got blue or green eyes, this will look incredible because it's really going to enhance the blues and greens. Next I'm going into the darkest of the two matte shades, and this is more of a warm brown. And I've switched my brush to a small crease brush so that I can apply this colour directly where I want it. So we don't want to go as high as the first matte shade that we've applied in that V shape. We want to take it slightly closer to the mobile lid itself. So we want smaller bristles so we can be more precise. Then I buff over everything with a clean blending brush. Using a small detailer brush, I'm taking that warm matte brown underneath the lower lashes, and I'm pulling that eyeshadow up to meet the V shape that we've created on the top lid. As this is a daytime look, I want to keep it rather subtle in terms of eyeliner, so I'm just using a brown pencil by MAC. I did want to use the Audrey pencil by Charlotte Tilbury, but it was completely sold out online, so you have to forgive me. So instead I'm using Coffee Pencil by MAC. Using a stiff angled liner brush, I'm softening the pencil and then dragging it up and out to give a little lift to the eyelid itself. And then I'm also going to place some of that along the waterline, only halfway across. This just adds a little bit of a sultry feel to the eyes but doesn't completely close them up. If you take them all the way across, it will make your eyes look smaller. As I mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial, I actually don't have any Charlotte Tilbury mascara in my studio, but I have already reviewed one of her mascaras anyway. So the one I'm using is my Christian Louboutin mascara. This is unnecessarily expensive. It works out about £60 a mascara, but it is so incredible. I've even kept my old mascara tube because I'm using the wand in a new mascara. I just love the wand, but it is also the formula. Having tried it with a different mascara, it's still not quite the same. If you've got money to spare or a birthday coming up, definitely give this a try. I've got these Fleur de Force eyelashes by Eylure, and I'm going to take these corner lashes at the top for this look. We don't want this to be full on because it is a day look, so this is a really nice addition to accentuate your eyes, and they're so easy to put on. There's no need to try and get them as close to the root on the inner corner because they only come halfway across your eye. I like to use the back of my tweezers to push them down onto the root of your lash so that they're not going to come off. So I've done my eye makeup. I'm now going to go back onto the skin. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. So one side you can see how much of the product you've got. You do have to twist it up quite a bit till this becomes visible before it starts to come through the applicator. I'm not too much of a fan of the applicator itself. I would have just preferred a doe foot wand where I could work it in with my finger because I don't really feel like you can blend it with this. The shade I have is number 4. And this one I bought myself just recently because I wanted to test it out. I really like this under the eyes for every day. It's really beautiful, it sits lovely. But once you set it with powder, I found after a couple of hours it looked awful. I think it's one of those products you kind of don't really need to set. It kind of sets on its own. As you can see, it brightens beautifully, it's lovely, and it's just quite invisible. This really does look so pretty on the skin. What I would say is it's not that great at concealing blemishes, in my opinion. For covering darkness and brightening under the eye, the formula is just right, it's great. I can't find my other concealers by Charlotte Tilbury, so I'm gonna use my Too Faced Multi Sculpting Concealer to conceal a few of my blemishes. So I've got a lot of darker coloured concealers, not only for different skin tones, but also to be able to do this where I can mix it with a different colour concealer to create the shade I need so that I can conceal blemishes after I've contoured. As you can see, it looks a lot better. You can't notice the blemish as much. Next up, I've got these Beach Sticks by Charlotte Tilbury, and these are incredible. They're great for adding a little bit of colour to your skin. You can just blend in with your fingers. These are that. They're brilliant. So we've got 3 shades here. One of them is kind of like more of your bronzy tone. I've got one here that makes it look like you've kind of spent a week on the beach, and then you've got a peachy golden tone for that kind of golden goddess look. It's beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of Formentera, which sounds so much better if you've got a Spanish accent. What I like about this one is it doesn't have those shimmery particles. I'm going to work a little bit of this over the cheek. And I prefer to blend it in with my fingers. It almost gives you a sun flush colour. I'll swatch the other two, which is Ibiza, which gives you that kind of bronzed feel. And this one is my other favourite, which is Moon Beach. I'm going to take a small amount of Moon Beach and just pop that on the apples of the cheeks. I want to be really subtle with this one because it does have a lot of light reflecting pigments in it. So on those days when my skin's not plain ball and it's quite bumpy and textured, I would kind of avoid using this. And I'm quite a fan of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. So when I saw this palette online and I saw that it contained both the bronze and your highlighter, it had 2 blushes in. It's got your Airbrush Flawless Finish in here and then another highlighter. It's really affordable considering you get all of these products in. And I picked it up last week, so it should still be on the website now, and I will link it below if I can. Using a small brush, I'm going into the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I'm going to just run that over the area that we're going to apply a little bit of the powder contour, just so that it sets, it's not tacky, and there's no residue on the skin from the beach sticks. That way the bronzer won't stick to them. So I'm going into the powder bronzer, and I'm just going to gently run that over the hollows of the cheeks. I'm going into the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I'm going to put that through the centre of the face. This is incredible at mattifying skin. It's probably one of the most effective powders I've ever used. As soon as you put it on, it instantly takes away shine. The other day I ordered Penelope Pink, which is this shade here. Absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. And for me, this is like the perfect nude, and I've really struggled with finding nudes. It's actually really hydrating as well. So as you can see, it's almost really similar to my natural lip colour, but just a little bit nudier, and I really like it. So for me, this is a really pretty kind of daytime glam look. The eyes are just enough to say, I've made an effort, but I'm not going over the top. And again, you could wear this if you kind of wear makeup every day. You could wear this as an everyday look to work. It's really, really subtle. You don't have to wear the shimmers on the lid. You can just stick with the matte colours in the Pillow Talk. Or you can do what I've done and added a pop of shimmer on there just to make it look extra special. So that completes my Charlotte Tilbury makeup look. Sorry I didn't have the eyeliner. I was looking to get the Audrey pencil, but they didn't have it in stock. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the tutorial a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. All the products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar. I always try and leave links to both UK and EU and US and Canada. You can follow me outside of YouTube on my social handles. I also have a makeup blog, all listed and linked below. If you've got any requests, also list those in the comment section for me. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!